JoJo games, which are basically based upon Hirohiko Araki's JoJo's Bizarre Adventures manga series, have forever thrilled gamers irrespective of their age. Therefore, don't forget to watch this video to the very end, as in today's video, we will be making you privy to the top 7 Roblox JoJo games. Number 7. Project JoJo. Let's begin with this. The game is quite fun and basically a detailed little survival sim game. Stands out from the pack because the primary threat to your life is a real active element of the environment, the zombies, instead of a stupid hunger bar that drains at some absurdly accelerated and unrealistic pace. The ways in which you can change the world and vice versa are extremely fine-grained by default, and constructing an enjoyable rule set from the character options and the actual custom game options is easy and intuitive. Number 6. JoJo BLOX. In this game, you become a rather powerful stand user or get true ultimate life form, as you train hard to become the strongest player to ever leave. You can choose to fight NPC'd or PvP against other players. There's a neat leveling and stat system, as well as an RPG system that gives you RPG-like rewards, such as quests in turn for cash and experience. You can also explore further into this game's map, as there are 4 different locations. Just know there is also a rebirth system, as well as choosing which abilities you'll want to master, either Jammin' or Stance. Number 5. Stands Online. Yet another free roam RPG fighting game, which is quite similar to a Universal Time when it comes to functionality. In this game, once you become very strong, you are literally dominant and can bully the entire server. You can choose between a vampire, a stand user, or a hormone user. The game features pretty much everything you'll see in an RPG game, like a leveling and stop points. The game also features different stands with various powers and stats and specifications. There is also an in-game shop where you can spend cash all the way and ruin every player's joy in the game. Number 4. A Universal Time. A Universal Time is basically a cluster, not gonna say it. Well, let's just say it's a chaotic mix of weebs in their fandom. The game is developed by a free roam fighting game standard with some of the RPG elements mixed into it, like a trading and crafting. The game feels a little bit more generic for a JoJo game, but it really is something else. The main aim of the game is for you to get stronger, get stands, items, and gears, then bully people up. The game features gangs, an explorable town island, and of course a boss, which is actually the immortal Cringe. Number 3. A Bizarre Day Modded. A rather modded version of a Bizarre Day, this one has unlimited amounts of money, as well as featuring non-canon stands and reskins of mostly everything in the base game, except this game is funnier. The map is rather small, to be honest, but well, it is a pure fighting game, and once you get your own stand, you can endlessly fight the same thing, or it can be achieved with the use of a stand arrow that randomly spawns or can be bought from the shop. Also, the stands have their own unique appearances and abilities. Similarly, with traits and stats, they're all different, and it depends on the raring. Number 2. JoJo BLOX-y Adventure. JoJo BLOX-y Adventure is quite different from the other games on today's list because it is a full-pack adventure game in which each player has 5 progress slots, so meaning if you get bored with your level 100 progress, you can create a new account with the same account. Does that make sense? Essentially, you can make a new slot if you would like to start over. It's a pretty cool way of prestiging, in our humble opinion. The map is large enough to fulfill your roaming desires. This game really feels like a simulator game. You're gonna be air punching a lot and punching everyone to level up a lot. There's also a quest system and gangs you can form, pretty quite like playing a One Piece game and the JoJo game. It's basically a script fighting game, and the JoJo game is a pretty weird game, but we guess it works out. The game can also be classified as a free roam fighting game once you'll be given 9 choices of stands that you can try out. You can reselect upon the reset, and the rest is fun. You can randomly fight against your friends or random gamers. Number 1. Crazy Bizarre Adventure. Crazy Bizarre Adventure is a crossover between adventure and fighting games. The game features a selectable range of stands, but it is currently an alpha version, so be careful as it might be glitchy. As for the game's features, there's a lot of quests you can try and finish for a while. There's also a stat system. Since this is quite an RPG, the game also features procedures, rebirths, trading, and much more. With that, we end this video. Consider subscribing to us to join in on the future content.